Good morning. Hey guys, Dan here. Woo, liking my shirt? Yeah, just pounded out 800 burpees in less than 30 minutes. And I'm getting my workout in, getting sweaty. And Justin's like, hey, Savage Studios and OG Shadow are beefing. I'm like, I'm not getting involved. I've stepped back from the gang life. But they always draw me back in. So here is the truth of what's going down between OG Shadow and Savage Studios. Now, a lot of people, what I'm going to tell you at first, people say, that's Dan, everyone knew that. But you didn't know the whole story, so here's the whole story. So OG Shadow and Savage Studios used to date. In fact, they were really close to being engaged. They were in love. A lot of people are like, yeah, that's old news. We knew they were lovers. Here's the thing that you don't know. Why they broke up and how gang business got involved. So, when I was a founding member, I'm an OG shot caller, I was the head of the Jezebels. And OG Shadow was a member of the Jezebels, was an enforcer. And Savage Studio was a shot caller. Now, they were immediately attracted to each other. Things got pretty hot and heavy. We used to have this thing when we were locked up. If you covered the window, and you heard and if someone was coming, you'd be like, Peter Pan, Peter Pan. And it was just a little thing. It was called intimacy needs to be private. So as a Jezebel, we let our made members, you want privacy, because without intimacy, there's no privacy. And without privacy, there is no intimacy. Just think about that one for a little bit. And here's the thing. So they were dating, very much in love, very wild relationship. And a lot of people don't know this. OG Shadow, and this is, I hesitate to put this out there, but I am proud of him or she. OG Shadow is transgender. I know some people look down on that. I love that. I'm so proud of OG Shadow. OG Shadow was born a woman. That's why he keeps his face covered, because he still has very feminine, facial features, and he can't grow facial hair. So here's the thing that you think, what's the big deal? The Jezebels are open-minded. We're extremely open-minded. Savage Studios is not open-minded. He just straight up likes men. Okay, and also, side point, he has all these tattoos, and he has that dribble right here on his chin. He had really bad acne as a child, and that's why a lot of people like him got face tattoos. But OG Shadow loved him for him. But too bad Savage Studios didn't love him for him. So there were some rumors on the yard constantly that, OG Shadow is transgender. Savage was it was like he didn't hear it. He was just like, he was in love. When people are in love and you're like, hey, your partner's like this. He didn't want to hear it. He just didn't want to hear it. He was always, sharpening up or lubing up a banger, constant war. And finally, one day during the cell, being intimate, intimacy breeds love, love breeds privacy. It's a whole, there's national security implications. But here's the thing. He finds out that OG Shadow is transgender. Okay, instead of loving him for him, he freaks out. He flips out. I mean, he looks like Big Lance every day after work. And he was punching holes in the wall. It was ridiculous. So the thing is, Savage Studios only likes men. That's it. He is a man's man. So when he found out that OG Shadow was born a woman, it was too much for him. He started using again, surfing the web for inappropriate pictures, underage. That's what the Walmart thing was about. He still has feelings for OG Shadow, and that's what the whole Walmart thing was about. He's acting out. We all know this, but it's never been talked about. But the reason it got kind of serious was the Jezebels never tie flags, ever. We don't tie flags. We rock out with our dogs, like constantly. But we at one point had tied flags with the criminals. For a couple of months, we were warring with some white gangs, some African-American gangs. It was total war. And this was like a year before their relationship. But we used to tie flags with the criminals. Then things went bad. There was bodies dropping everywhere. There was booties dropping. It was ridiculous. A lot of hate, a lot of jealousy. So we were not tying flags with him at the time. OG Shadow was one of the founding members of the criminal. So that's where it's more than a relationship, but it's sometimes not. The reason it's more than a relationship was because he was a founding member of the criminals. And Savage Studio hates the criminals with a passion. I mean, he's got like 8 bodies on his belt over that, seriously. So that when he had forgiven OG Shadow for being a criminal, love brings you together, hot and heavy. But I think it was finding out he was transgender, born a woman. On top of that, he was originally a criminal, OG Shadow. It was too much. And that's what this beef is about. Okay, all it's about is OG Shadow. Savage Studio found out OG Shadow was born a woman. He's a transgender man. Does that make sense? And of course, like I said, the gasoline on the fire was OG Shadow was a founding member of the Criminals. So, and here's the thing: as the Jezebels, a lot of people, other gangs, like you can't fight. Certain white gangs in California, you can't fight. If you have a problem, you have to poke them up, sharp down a banger or whatever, spit on it, whatever. But the Jezebels had a policy was you could either poke the person up if you had a problem, or you could shake it out. And here's an example. I'm going to edit it in. Right here is what it means. 2 guys would go in a cell, and they would, just shake it out. And the shot callers would say who won the shakeout. So here's the shakeout. Shake it out. Shake it out. Come on, shake it out. Shake it out. Just shake it out. Come on. Make the Jezebels proud. Just shake it out. Put your back into it. Shake it out. That's how you shake it out. So that's what a shakeout is, or a shakedown. It's to, you can poke someone up, which means off them. Not off them, like off them. Or you can shake it down or shake it out. Shaking it out is a preferred method of handling disagreements with made Jezebel members. So, much love to OG Shadow, Savage Studios. But that's the real reason. It was over OG Shadow being transgender. That's why he covers his face. It's the truth. And I think that Savage Studios still misses OG Shadow. Because you want to know what OG Shadow looks like? He looks like Savage's wife. Seriously, they're like almost exactly the same face. Except Savage's wife is a lot tanner. So, that's the truth. So rock it out, Jezebels. Straight gang life. You don't like it, straight gang life to the death. Straight to the death. So this is Dan Myers. Glad I cleared this up. Much love, criminals and Jezebels.